So I haven't done a webisode in a while, and I'm not going to lie, it was pretty frustrating sometimes because I've always been so passionate about doing it, but I had a problem with consistency in the videos. And it wasn't until last week where I realized the reason it wasn't working out was because I wasn't going about it the right way. I cared too much about not messing up in the video, cared about the edits, I cared about the lighting too much, and then I would overthink the whole process because I found myself sitting and writing what it is that I was supposed to be talking about and making sure it was all perfect. Basically on some like OCD, everything needed to be perfect, and I didn't structure it. I was kind of all over the place, where one day I would be talking about something inspirational, and then the next day I would be giving tips about like careers, and then whatever, like going back and forth. And now I know that I was supposed to have more meaning behind all of these. So I guess like before like you can even understand what I'm talking about, I'm going to talk about what this webisode was even about, and it was why good things always happen to me. Now I know some of you probably saw that title. It's probably like, oh, well, that's cocky or whatever. Good. That was the point. I wanted to lure you in to watch this video so you could see what I had to say and see that it's not even what you thought it was. And that is the whole purpose of this entire series. So I really don't know what people think about my life or my career or how you think I even got to where I am, but based off of like internet comments, like from my videos or like social media, I'm sure that some people think that I slept with someone to get to that position, or because I see like that I got it because of my looks all the time, when honestly you are so wrong, and that is so far from why good things always happen to me. So the real reason is, yes, fine, I work hard and I make my sacrifices, but that aspect played into the real reason, which is my faith and my relationship with God. And I already know that people are going to think I'm crazy, or you're going to get uncomfortable that I'm even talking about God, because I know like that's just a touchy subject. But guess what? I really don't care, because I know in my heart that that's exactly why I am where I am today. So like going back into why like I think I messed up with my webisodes was, every time I post something on social media about news or like an opportunity that's coming up, I kind of just get straight to the point and say, hey, this happened, or this is going to happen, or check out this video and blah blah blah. When really it's kind of like I downplayed it, because there's a backstory to every little thing that's happened in my life, and that backstory are all stories that would leave you wondering, there's no way that could happen. You wouldn't believe the story, and it would scare you in a way, because then you would think, maybe Jen's right. Maybe there really is a God out there that's looking out for her. And that's what it is. And I really messed up on not doing that. And now moving forward with all my webisodes, there's always going to be my part of the story. And I'm going to start it from the beginning through today, and then what happens in the future. So that includes why I started my site. That includes like how I really got my jobs with the Bulls and NBC, Go Where Hip Hop, Hot New Hip Hop, all of that. How I even got the interviews. But another thing I'm going to add into webisodes now is, this plays back into where I was overthinking things and wanted things to always be perfect, was I didn't want to show the negative sides in me. And I always just wanted to be like that positive role model, which I still am, but at the same time, I'm sure some of you think that like my life is just a pretty picture and nothing bad ever happens to me. But don't be fooled by that, because I chose to show you what I wanted to show you. I didn't want to show you about like the heartaches and like the struggles, or how I was really feeling, or some of my weaknesses and like the issues that I had to work on myself, because I didn't want to put that out there. And then it wasn't until last week, like when I was watching a preaching from Devon Franklin and Torrey Roberts about how every aspect of your story is supposed to be told, and you're not supposed to ignore any of that. And that's exactly what I'm going to do in my webisodes. I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. And honestly, I already know I'm going to get like judgment, like from some of them, or people may even look at me differently, but you know what, I really don't care, because that's the only way that you'll really be able to understand and relate to what it is that I'm talking about. And my whole purpose now, or not, I can't even say like my purpose now, this was always my purpose, it's just I just realized it now, like I'm supposed to use my story to help someone who's in that situation, who doesn't have that faith or that relationship that I have with God. And you know, like I already know like it's a touchy subject, and like I'm not saying that I'm going to try to force you to believe in God and have faith, because you really can't do that to anyone. And I'm speaking from experience. Like I grew up in a Catholic church, and my parents made me go to CCD from when I was a kid until before I went to high school. When I got to high school, my aunt brought us to a Baptist church, and we would go every Sunday, and we, as in my brother and my cousins, and both of those times, like when I was growing up like in a Catholic church, I didn't pay attention to any of those classes, because honestly, like I didn't care. Like I wasn't mature enough to understand it. And then when I was going to a Baptist church, I was going because I was trying to make people happy, because they wanted me to go to church. And it honestly wasn't until I came to LA where I realized like my relationship and my faith in God is stronger than ever. And even though I wasn't at 100% with that back when I first started my career, I understand that the things that happened to me before happened because my story is really supposed to encourage people that like anything is possible. So what's crazy to me is knowing that I wasn't 100% or right in my heart, and like my mind wasn't right before, and I didn't understand what the purpose was for me like with my life, is now that I'm there, I can't even imagine what kind of blessings God is going to give me when I start to actually do what it is that He wanted me to do. So get ready for this new revamped webisodes, because it's not going to be like anything you've ever seen before. Like literally, I'm going to just open myself up so that you guys can relate and can understand. And I hope that every video I do, my goal is that you need to watch every video, and like when you're done with it, you walk away with a different outlook on a certain thing with life, or you want to change something about you, and it's something positive. And that's what I'm going to do. So now I know I'm going to be consistent with my videos, and I really can't wait to just start telling people these stories, because sometimes I don't even believe them, and I know it's going to be like a big impact. So I'm probably going to go through all my videos now and just delete any pointless ones, because honestly, like at the end of the day, all my videos have to have a life lesson. All of them have to be positive, and I can't wait to finally tell you guys the things I was too scared to share or I thought wasn't important, because now I know it's important. So look out for a webisode every week, because I promise there will always be one.